let me read it to y'all.
Yeah, you read it.
So the spell is called Remember. It has a range of 120 feet. You cast your gaze on a creature you can see within range and force them to see the magnitude of timelines where they have already perished and how. The creature must make a wisdom saving throw and takes 8d10 psychic damage and is stunned until the end of their next turn. The creature takes half damage on a successful save and is not stunned.
Dang, that slaps.
Yeah.
No.
8d10. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hefty.
What level is that?
It's a level 6.
Cool.
Yeah. And then the other one he made for me is called Redirect. It's not showing up for me right now, but basically it's a 4th level reaction spell. And if someone is targeting me or someone else with a spell, I can redirect it onto someone else or onto myself or back onto them if they fail the save. So like,
Nice.
yeah, like if it was like, let's say one of our enemies cast shield or something, like I could redirect it onto myself or like onto someone else, or haste or like disintegrate, I could like redirect it back onto them if they failed.
That's clutch. It's like a more fun counter spell.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
doesn't snuff it, but it's like, oh no, I'm gonna just send that over this way instead.
I mean, they have to fail for it to work, but
Yeah.
if I cast it at a higher than 4th level, the DC goes up by 5 each level higher I use.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, that's pretty good.
yeah, pretty good. So yeah, that'll be fun.
And because we have so many computer babies tonight, we're going to have the computer babies chorus in on the session.
No.
Session 109.
The mighty 109. Last time we played, goodness, guys, we've had a couple of really good sessions the last little bit. Very stress-inducing for the DM, which is always a good sign. Lots to think about, lots to write, lots to conquer. Last time we played, we started out with Ryardon, speaking to some gods, being dealt a bit of a shorthand from the storyteller, as directed by Cole, to basically to weave the insight necessary into Ryardon's mind that could be the persuading voice of what all of these ancient beings are working toward. We had a cut to Antar, one of my favorite places in the entire world that I've ever created. I love it so much, and as much as I would love to start campaign 2 in Antar, it's a little complicated. So, I've come up with another start point. As we are in Antar, Arya and her newfound...
Okay.
What?
Nothing. Keep going.
The country of Antar? In the city of Anaridum? What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Met up with a newfound friend, Arlo, the Blue Dragonborn, the Bard, the man with a tricksy couple of instruments at his disposal to shoot daggers and drop thunder waves on people. And then our underwater folks, the people that were in the Beastlands, Ren and Zodel, being transported by Killian, the horny dungeon delver, into the Undercrust. This interesting underground bar in Anaridum, where you were reunited with your friend Arya and a newfound friend, and items that were dungeon delved for were revealed across the table and then bargained for and purchased by Amour Ventis, which is fun, because that's a great item.
And then identified and died.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love, too, that I was just like, you dropped 0 hit points, and everybody was like, oh, right. We've done this before.
Forgot about that.
Fuck. My bad. Hey, new friend. Sorry about your health.
Whoops.
That's so whoopsie. Yeah, and then with a scry on Ryardon, which was very informative for Arya and the people at the table as you guys were in the undercrust, drinking rusties with Killian. Yeah, seeing in that moment Ryardon in the midst of the story, in the midst of the teller's tale. Yeah, you guys debated for a while, and aptly so, about how to get to where your friends are. With Quinn, there was some Kinneros kind of offshoot sendings last session, so everybody kind of knows where everybody is. It's just the means of reuniting that have kind of become the issue. And yeah, you ended up at the end hopping on the Lancer with Captain Zuder, and what was his first mate's name? Pimple.
Yeah.
Because it was the Pimple Lancer. Was the joke.
Gotcha.
Hopped on the airship off of Anaretum on your way to Antar proper, the capital city of the country, Antar. As then we cut to Falconer and Kinneros as they were wrapping up a couple of days in the future at Naisa, Falconer's hometown. And having just laid to rest his last moments with the memory of his mother and plant growing, or using the spell plant growth to fertilize this old, long, abandoned land and bring it back some new life and vibrance as the nomadic people, the Gishan, were moving off on their way at the sight of Verdonian knights, who I've told you, Ski, I've told you twice, I rolled really fucking high on her investigation, and Liliana Ebercrest, the long lost friend of Falconer, the person of interest as far as his heart is concerned, coming to arrest Falconer in these moments, and with a bit of a comforting realization of this is going the way that it should, not the way that it could when it came to your arrest. And it's because of her good graces and her history with you that events probably didn't turn out as violent as they possibly could have, given that you're a smite happy bitch. We find ourselves back on the dust, on the many layers, in the many different time zones. As Ryardon is sat at the table, the storyteller standing above, bleeding, still kind of self-healing, as Cole had smacked him down with great intent and purpose of harm. As we now are brought back into the story that he tells. So we had got through, in the beginning there was always the stars, and we've made Areto for hundreds of millions of years. I gotta pick my There's a lot of these. There's 4,000 of these, okay? I gotta pick and choose. During the years that followed, the millennia that followed, Alnadurla and Zaeld found themselves working in closer proximity. The two of them found that their abilities complemented each other in ways similar to that of, Alnadurla and Zaeld. Found that they were working in concert the same way that made Areto and Alnadurla did. As happy as it made Alnadurla that she could work so much more efficiently, she found herself feeling the second of any given emotion in all of existence. An emotion that she beheld unto herself. The third emotion Alnadurla felt was the extreme disappointment in herself and in her family for not being able to mend the stars, despite the countless millennia that they had spent on this immense task. She found herself alone among the countless mounds of sand and dust that seeped through the voids left by the continually dying stars. Elnadurla reached forth and grasped 2 handfuls of dust, and stood only to find that the star had died, and the immense light from her shimmering form had gone out. In this moment, she felt the next emotion, frustration. And in her new emotional confusion, she clasped her hands together, forcing the dust together, pushing it with all of her will and her energy into the now forming shape between her hands. She stood then in the vastness of oblivion and beheld what she had wrought. Elnadurla named her creation Ryardon, the name meaning storyteller, for she knew now that the past and the future was present in the mind of her creation, and every story to have been or that was yet to exist rushed forward from his lips, his first words the telling of time itself. And as you hear these words, the storyteller himself explaining his own birth through Elnadurla's hands, even in a room full of gods, their thoughts, and their connective communication beyond your purview of mind and body, you feel this resonance come from his chest. The identification of his own birth, and understanding the history before and after the fact. I'm going to skip a couple of little chapters here. Got uplifting music for this.
Yep.
Turns into a mixer.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
So, Elnadurla is also into Mamba number 5. Let's somber this up a little bit. Elnadurla first met after the birth of her new creation. Thank you. I forgot about that. Appreciate that. That's loud. Elnadurla met first with Zaeld after the birth of her new creation. And they convened at the place of the center star. They stood in the great light under the strongest of stars, and one by one her sons and daughters arrived to behold what had been. Elnadurla spared one glance to the stars in hopes to see her love, her husband Madoreto, where he had been lost to the void. But there was no such sign. She turned back to her children and spoke, telling them of the great discovery she had made, the way to bind the dust together without sacrificing a dying star. Elnadurla held forth her creation, the storyteller, and they understood. Millions of years from his departure from his family, Madoreto arrived again. He had returned to tell of the great discovery, only to see his wife and his brother standing together amongst all of his birthed children, and to be seen showing what seemed to him as a new child created at the hands of Elnadurla and possibly his own brother. In a great rage, Madoreto raised his hand and released the entirety of his power onto his wife and brother, hoping to destroy this new emotion, heartache, that now robbed him of rationality. The moment the energy left his palm, the newest child that was not a child turned to Elnadurla and spoke. Elnadurla stared at her creation as it calmly told her that she was about to die at her husband's hand. She spun. She shielded herself. Not a moment too soon, energy breaking upon her raised defenses, the shockwave rippling outward. It carried all of the emotion that Madoreto had found and held in his heart in all of the moments that existed. The first true perceived betrayal in a god's heart. Skip a little bit. I can't read you the whole thing.
Come on.
I can't read you the whole thing. There's 4,000 of them. We'd be here all day. The energy touched each of his children in turn, and its strength of force changed each one of them in turn. The void of the sky that was sky to gods alone ripped apart, and a great vortex was created in the air around them, sucking in whatever it could. Several stars were lost in this space, and all of the dust that had stood resolute in the realm was pulled forth and began to vanish. The gods held on to the center star in fear of being lost forever. But they were weak. Each one of them had just been changed. And none of them were as holy as before. None were as strong as they were before. And each one of the elder gods fought for their own lives. It was then that the new creation found himself beside Zaeld, the storyteller. Whispering into the uncle elder god's ear, he whispered to him softly of how he could fix this. For he alone was untouched by the changes that had crippled the family, that had crippled the elder gods, that had crippled the first creations. Zaeld reached forth his hand and touched the edges of the great void. He wrapped his hands into the very fabric of the realm, and he pulled the seams together, stitching it back together with his immense power. He then sat and fell into a great sleep, completely drained of that power, completely devoid of any further strength. And I'm gonna skip a couple more. Cole. In the great new emotional state, as he had been changed, began to obsess over the acts of his father's brother. His whole lifetime had been spent in the darkness of the voids, with the feeling of their insurmountable edges passing through his fingers. He snarled in contempt at the Vardeneroske and set himself a vengeful vow against the teller of stories. That was written for the book, and I thought that worked into the campaign very well with his animosity towards the bastard child.
Yeah.
Just gotta skip a little bit again. Like I said, there's a lot of these fucking things. Okay, I'm getting close to the wrap-up point here of what I can read you guys. Madoreto looked at his wife with disgust. And not waiting for an explanation, he turned his back and fled, returned to the outer voids of all of creation, into the farthest reaches of existence. And try as they might, the remainder of the elder gods could not find him. Now lost and alone with her children, Elnadurla felt a great weight upon her. She turned from her children, knowing that it was she who was responsible for the disruption of the once perfect offspring. It was then that the storyteller came forth, holding tenderly to his chest a small object. And as he held it forth to Elnadurla, whispering of history, and it touched her ears as a blessing. As the storyteller held forth the last piece of dust, the last grain of sand that had not been devoured by everything outside of this own realm, the earth, the dust. As the last grain of dust in the universe was lifted and carried around the orbit of the center star, Elnadurla embraced her imperfections, acknowledged the whelming emotions that were created by the gods themselves, and began to weep tears of great suffering for the loss of her husband and for the change of her children and the loss of their divinity, their innocence in divinity. Here's, I think, a few of the most important parts of this little tale. Elnadurla's every tear fell upon the dust and washed away its imperfections. The dust was cleansed and rounded to perfection by her grief. More of her tears crashed upon the dust and enveloped it entirely, creating one vast, unending, fractureless sea. An ocean in its entirety of her salty tears. Zaeld watched with the storyteller as the storyteller whispered a soft history in his ear. The weak god of power, barely anything left in him, came forth to where Elnadurla stood and placed a hand on either side of the dust, and with one of his last breaths pushed the mountains up from underneath the oceans and created the land, pushed it, formed it with all that he had left in him. Great land masses bloomed forth from underneath the clashing waves. Mountain peaks broke the surface and shot towards the sky, pulling great plains behind them. Vast flatlands, hills, and great empty expanses of now dried ocean floor and sand were pulled up from the depths and laid in their places across the dust. There the land would sit until the stars themselves refused to shine, when oceans could rise up and consume the land once more and return them to the depths from which they were raised. The storyteller watched while Zaeld worked. The storyteller walked in turn to each of the once perfect gods, the children of Medoreto and Elnadurla. He took each of their hands in turn and whispered to them their history, their past, their present, and more foreboding their future. And I lost my spot. Each was told their story from start to finish, and even as they listened, they all but forgot the words that were spoken to them. Given this boon of understanding that was immediately erased from their minds. A hint, a feeling, a sense of deja vu in a god's mind, as powerful as that can be. There was no trace of what they understood would be and would become of them. They would only remember and know what was supposed to be after they had lived it. Now Elnadurla came to her children and spoke to them each in turn. She placed duties on them and bound them with great spells to the dust. This is, I think, the most important part. Now Elnadurla came to her children, spoke to them each in turn. She placed duties upon them and bound them with great spells to the dust. She set them with tasks, things to complete, goals to achieve, and told them that once the dust was perfect as the gods were when the stars created them, as perfect as a paradise could be for gods, she would return. She would return with their father to spend eternity together in peace until the end of creation. Elnadurla then placed her sons and daughters on the land of the dust and in the seas of the world, and turned her back on them without another word, fleeing into the vast outer reaches of all creation. She would search in vain for her husband, Madoreto, until the world became a paradise of gods for the end of time. As the storyteller's words finish resonating through this room, in a room of silent gods, the children that had been placed on this dust. And now you're understanding more than ever, were bound to the dust. I hope that clears a few things up for you. Need a second?
So much information.
What would Ryardon say?
Son, do you understand now the need for escape? Us, as mortals, bound, trapped, just as the Elder Gods are, we seek the same ends. And I've fought against it for so long. But can you understand what it means to be of vastness? To be an explanation of pure feeling and power, and then being pinned to the wall indefinitely.
I suppose I can. Now at least.
Bring a d20 over here.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna reveal it, but where did I put it?
Oh no.
That's okay. I don't mind. Last time I busted out this little whiteboard was freaking.
Dude, you just laid down a fucking
I
bunch
did.
of
Yeah,
landmines.
that's well. It's a good thing you got slippers on, because that's gonna
know.
hurt me more than it hurts you.
By design. Yeah. All right. Good. All right. What are we roll skis? All right. Oh shit.
If you want to re-roll it in the tray, it's fine. Okay. Yeah,
Dude, I'm terrified.
No, I'll deal with that later. At this point, I don't give a shit. This isn't for you.
Oh.
You can
Okay.
sit.
Well, fuck me then. Yep.
This is my. This is like my. What's the word I'm looking for here? Not consequences. Stakes. This is like my stakes whiteboard. This was my Damien Reich Austin Grad Onslow Neruda freaking whiteboard. And I feel like we've got some Ryardon stakes going on. So.
Oh, medium rare, baby.
Yeah. Could you possibly understand what it means to be eternal? Entrapped in a room with no doors. This is why they require us.
What I don't understand, 3 things that I don't understand.
Sure.
1, what does El Nadurla have to do with the mechanism? Where did the mechanism come from, if it's the last piece of dust in the universe?
Well, as Ortenia starts to speak, I don't know why I went so deep with
I was
it.
going to say, nice work, yeah.
Well, we are fluid creatures. Well, the dust is not of this realm. When the fabrics of reality were torn by the creation of our mother and our father, the dust is what seeped through. We do not fully understand it. It is a prison. Even those within the prison do not know what makes it function. Whatever this place is, this realm where we rule over mortals, it is still outside of our understanding.
So if it's outside of your understanding, why are you all so sure that the mechanism will be the thing that gets what you want done, complete?
There's no certainty. No, there's no Scottish guy. Where's the Russian? Where's my Russian voice? Savardia. Vlad. There's no certainty. This is a best guess. And it's the best guess at best. What do we have left to lose, other than being prisoners in our own lives? This is the last thing, as he slams his axe to the table again, and that ichory fire wine ooze just sprays everywhere and sparks and skitters with this sort of like electric potential.
So they want to spark the mechanism to free themselves of the dust. Is my understanding?
It seems like that might be their last choice, the last option, something they couldn't do. Something we couldn't do. I went back to Scottish again. Something we couldn't do. Let's switch to a different god. Oh god, and then I was like, Cassiana, French, god damn it. It's some... Sacre bleu.
Les poissons.
Les poissons, free the dust, ha ha ha. Seems like it might be our last option. I have been against my brothers and sisters for a very long time regarding their willingness to harm, to do great violence in their goals. This is the last stand of the gods. If there is anything that can free us, it would be the magic that is inherent in the dust itself. And then Endel leans forward, stands up actually, and leans forward. Ryardon, I was born on the dust long before the Elder Gods came. I am life personified. And everything that's happened since the universe was torn asunder has been at my peril, has been a loss for me and my brother. We were but essences before. And then above table, obviously the pre-essences.
Mm-hmm.
were but essences before. We existed through creation and death. And now we too, and our children, anything birthed from us, they're the same. We're all just trapped. And it's by Elnaderla's hand. She wove the fabrics of her unimaginable power. She cast a net of the most ancient and original magics that ever existed. And she stuck us here. She stuck me and my brother with gods, with creations, with machinations. And all me and my brother want to do is sleep. We want to go back to how it was, to how it was easy to exist, because we were just that, the essence of existence. The hardest part is that try as we might, deities, godly powers, the divine itself, the arcane incarnate, we've touched the mechanism, and we're not enough.
Not enough.
Couple more questions
I'm
then.
not there.
If you want to talk above table, this is a lot. This is a lot. If you guys want to talk above table, talk above table. It's okay. I'm okay with this. Excuse me. I have questions.
Like you
I'm on the other side of the
like
world.
you're not enough to spark it. Is that what he's getting at? Like they've touched
They're
it
saying
and they're not enough.
the general message is that it doesn't respond to them.
Okay.
Is kind of what they were getting at.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of words to try and put in sentences. So that's why I want, like, above table. Ask me. Like, I can clarify things because
Okay.
I am trying to explain everything from their perspective to the best of my ability, for essentially what mortals can understand.
Okay.
But please ask me for any clarity at all. Anybody, any computer boys over there have questions? Anything like that? I am very willing to talk above table about this circumstance. This is a big moment.
I don't, but I'm overwhelmed with information.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too, and I wrote it. Corey?
No.
Xander?
Oh.
It's an
Jesus Christ, when you hear them just audio, both of them, it's like, yeah, that's definitely his son.
apple and tree stuff.
Ski?
I mean, I've read all those scrolls before, so I've had time to digest all that.
Come
info.
on now.
Yeah, oh, you guys were late to class. This is no big deal. You know, I'm just Falconer doing Falconer things, reading
Yeah.
God's words.
Yep,
Yeah, you have a good chunk of those, yeah.
I do. Yep.
There's a lot of pages. Ryardon. Given a moment to process, and that's fine. I don't think even in this room.
I don't even know what the conversation is. Like it was just they were telling the story.
They
like, I
are-
don't even know.
Well, how it started was we
Like,
need
what's the
somebody
conversation?
to spark the mechanism. And their best guess at this point is that a fusion of pre-essence blood with the creatures that were made manifest by the dust might be the key. But they've tried that before. Okay, so actually, you know what? Here's another little above the table thing. Actually, you know what? Below the table, above the table, I don't know. They have tried this before, but never with a willing subject. And their last ditch effort in this is the combination of high blood, or like pre-essence blood, high blood, and then also the power that comes from willingness. to sacrifice. The intent of a soul, I guess, is the best way I can put that. Because if you think about Zeroth, she has no problem taking somebody and throwing them into the mechanism and just seeing if it works. The intent of all of this is now we need somebody willing. The power of love and intent and purpose goes so much farther than any other magic. Oh, let's get Chala a D20 over there. Hey, buddy.
He's got his own chair today.
Yeah, Chala's in Brett's chair, Brett's in Xander's chair. And Chala's just like looking around, just like, am I part of this?
So I've got 3 questions then.
Mm-hmm.
What comes of everyone on the dust after all of you leave? And there's no more gods and pre-essences and people that are revered in the eyes of the people and life itself.
Andel's the first to answer.
He's the Scottish one.
Thank you. Andel's the new Lord Order is the first to answer. There's no place for me other than the dust. This is where I existed before the elder gods were even birthed. There will be life and there will be death. Yes, there'll be life and there'll be death, as Cole interjects, as he does. As you've seen, this youngest child of the elder gods seems to have this reverence in the room, where everybody looks to him for answers, which is a sort of interesting and disturbing fact all at once. Once we leave, the mortals will have autonomy. There are other gods. There are other faiths. They don't need us. We were here before, we will be long after. Your friend Falconer can attest to this. His love for the golden god Pelor. Bit of a stick in the mud if you ask me, but we are not the be-all end-all. We are here just as you are, as prisoners. We just want to leave. Second question.
What is the purpose of the hand orbs inside of you, Mum, Zaroth, and I can't remember the other guy's name.
I haven't told you his name.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you as well. Like, to me, that seems redundant to have a orb like mine in high blood hands. That seems.
It's a bit of
What's the word I'm looking for?
It's a kind of insurance policy. 1, it can kill you. 2, I designed them to power your soul. Given you willingness, it acts as a conduit for your intent.
Azor's like, I don't know. He shuffles around a little bit. He makes big dragon noises as he's just kind of like moving and talking. He's been a little busy, for sure. Yeah, he's kind of got a little bit of a complex, but I mean, we've seen these magics work before. We've seen them work before! As, fucking, what's his name? The angry wind god. It's just like, we've seen them work before!
Tornado legs.
Tornado legs. That's not his name. What's his...
TL
Valesh? Sabordia?
Big deal.
Rorf. Rorf.
Keep it legs.
Yeah.
Please keep it legs.
Rorf, the tornado legs god. Oh yeah, I guess Quinn wasn't here last time. You can show him some... Or I sent them to the group chat, but...
That's tornado legs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
RTL.
That's
roll
sick.
of tornado.
We've seen it before! He makes things! He builds things. He's never proven us wrong. He wants to be dead as much as the rest of us want to leave.
Easy, brother. Yes, easy, brother. There's no need for that kind of anger, brother.
I am anger. I embody anger.
No, we know, but you need to just like bring it
We
down
know.
just a little
Fucking
bit.
get it.
As you see like the tornado swirl up around him. One thing I did like about building his mini is that he is technically one of the younger of the elder gods, but because he is the god of wind and anger, I picked a face that intentionally looked like very windburnt. Like his eyes are red and his hair's all swooped back just because he's like Naruto running through space and time all the time.
It still doesn't quite track to me because if Mother you die, you come back as a high blood, do you not?
But if the mechanism is sparked, then
the
she
greatest-
will die.
The greatest worry is that by using ourselves and our souls to spark the mechanism, that could very well be the last act of our living life.
Which makes sense to me, but if
Well,
there's
Zeroth wants to die. The highbloods, the Black Hand, want to die, but I want to live. I am Endel's daughter. I am the first breath of life in a mortal creature. I do not want to leave. I have you. I have your father. I find joy in life.
Where is that guy?
I find fulfillment in living. I have been reticent to put my own soul on the line for this mechanism. Perhaps I'm selfish. So many others are willing to throw themselves on the fire. And perhaps I'm a coward because I am not willing. Can you begrudge a mother her love? Love for you? Love for life itself? Something needs to be done. We can solve so many problems. But I have lived long enough to know the fear of losing everything. I need you to come over here and make another roll for me. Pick a die.
Roll good.
There's definitely a DC on these things. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this more often. I like just like dragging a whiteboard out from underneath the table. Okay. I actually really do like that. That's fun. It's like when I used to. How many more things can I drop this evening? Jesus Christ. You
it
had a
still
third?
doesn't make sense though, because if you have an orb in your hand, Mother, and you say no in denial, and Zolzak kills you, you come back, and then we're in this circular loop again. So it doesn't. Why? That doesn't make sense.
It's the intent. It's the sacrifice of oneself. The gems. They're a threat. They bear their own intent of reprisals. Should we not agree? And Zolzak, it's sort of a shit mechanism for convincing one to be willing, forcing someone.
Yeah, it's hard to be willing. when
It's
you're
hard to be
forced.
willing when you've got a gun to your head.
Yeah.
And she actively turns and looks at this giant blue armored dragon as she says this.
One of you will be willing. The threat is in the death of the other. Ryardon, are you high blood?
I don't know.
And your mother holds up a hand at that point. Make an insight check.
No. Dirty 20, baby.
Dirty 20, baby. Good time to have it, too, because your mom holds up her hand to Zorzak to silence him, to stop him. You, with a dirty 20, actually, you're getting a lot of this insight read is that, like, they know one another. She is actively putting up a hand to a dragon and silencing him. And at the same time, holding back tears. The fear of your death. The fear of her own death, whether she'd be willing. Well, I think with a dirty 20, I think you can tell that she would be willing to go in your place. But you're starting to get the sense that there's a reason that more than two people have gems in their hands here. It's less of a threat. It's more of a
Contingency plan.
you've been chosen. A contingency plan's a great word for it. Thanks, babe.
Just in case one person doesn't want to, he has another one.
Exactly.
So what's your name? Zaroth?
Zeroth Kitharos,
Yeah. So what if you're on the same side? Then why do you have a orb in your hand as well with the two of you? Like,
Well, as Zorzak has said, it's an additional conduit of oneself, of one's soul. It is a powerful mechanical and magical item that Zorzak has spent almost the entirety of his life designing. Just as he has designed those metal machinations that he straps across his scales.
I mean, if she's willing, why doesn't she go first?
and so
You're
yeah,
not there?
if you're willing, why the orb in your hand? And why am I here?
It adds. It's supposed. It's a
Channeling her willingness.
It's a subtract as needed. It's a kill you in case your mother isn't willing, but she has some compelling arguments, but she still suffers from the disease of longevity, of life. Just as I suffer from the disease of wishing to die.
Call me obtuse, but it still doesn't make sense to me. Why? It's only me that should have the orb, if that's the case. If it's a willingness issue, and
So-
all of you are highbloods.
Yep. Long story short, how I was trying to get Zorzak to explain this is that it's there, it can kill you, but it's also like a manufactured sort of like key to the lock. They're hoping that like with a little extra magical and mechanical power to help channel the soul of like a willing soul is why you're not the only one with one.
Got it.
It's supposed to be an aid. Like, for example, we've been expanding on like, okay, it's been since the dawn of creation. Why are we only now just trying to find a key to this? It's not the first time. It's
Right.
not the, it's it might not be the last time. But now you've got high blood dragons and gods who can't directly intervene, and then high blood children of the pre-essences working in concert to try and just like, if this is the ignition key, like we'll try it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why you were plugged with one, as well as your mom, and as well as Zeroth, and as well as the other drow boy in the room.
Got it.
It's sort of supposed to be like a little little aid, the spark plug. It's good. It's the spark plug of the engine.
No,
that
I got
could-
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
You mentioned key, and I got it. Yeah.
Yep. I just wanted it to be as clear as possible. So.
And who are you, by the way? And I'm pointing to the drow boy.
In Thieves' Cant.
Ooh, that's fun.
Because he hasn't said a word. Touches his eye, moves his hands, and he expresses in complete silence, as the drow do. I am the other.
That's pretty cryptic.
I mean, yeah, you're in a very cryptic space for sure. For all you know, this guy was
Excuse me a
like,
moment. I'll be back in a second. I have to use the washroom.
go poop. Take the camera with you.
Just
Oh,
mute
okay.
yourself.
You went. Okay.
Back in Thieves' Can, I'll go like elaborate.
I was born of Zeroth. I am the other. And as he says that, the second time as he says, I am the other, the second time he gestures or taps the same hand plug that you've got, the gem embedded in his palm. Dude, I can see you thinking for your character's life right now. I love it. I love it.
I
I
mean,
love it so much.
Sure feels like fucking high stakes.
Yeah.
So, I'll ask him in Thieves' Can again. Does that make us brothers?
Yes.
Interesting.
And then in your head, you hear from one of the other elder gods there. You know that we can hear your thoughts, correct?
Sometimes semantics helps.
Mardinal's just like tuning his illusory lute. It's like, oh, I can't wait to make a song of this. Oh, Ryardon, you'll have a lesser role for sure. But, the hero of the story will sing true. Myself, of course.
Mother, what becomes, like, have you spoken to Father at all?
I have.
Is he around?
He is nearby. He has given me license to have this conversation with you. 1-to-1, mother to son.
Can the three of us be united and have a conversation together?
I don't see why not. Bring a d20 over here.
Oh.
I memorized your character sheet specifically for these roles.
Okay.
This isn't all the godchildren, right?
Not all of them, no. Julie and Julia aren't here. Selensky isn't here.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's six of the 11 elder godchildren here.
Okay.
Yeah, Ortenia, Savordia, Rorf, Valesh, Mardinal, Cassiana, Cole.
Would Ryardon know that there is more?
I mean, the elder god knowledge of Pantheon is pretty dust wide.
Wide? Okay.
Yeah, like they're the ones that separated. They're the ones that separated the planes,
Okay, yeah.
right? Like they separated all of the different multiverse basically and made them each their own individual thing so that they could be easier to be controlled instead of one
Gotcha.
massive multiverse all existing
yeah.
at the same time. Yeah.
Makes sense. And you said...
Ortenia,
Sorry, go ahead.
Cole, Savordia, Rolf, Emissary, Zolzak, Here, forgetting about me. Yes, Martinol as well. You egocentric little fuck. Can me and my son have a moment with his father, if you don't mind? I suppose. You know that there's a time limit on this, right? We can't succeed what we're doing unless it's done by a certain point in time. Yes, Cole, I understand what time management is. Thank you very much for your input. Speak to me that one, like that one more time, and I'll have one of my demons rip your guts out, you stupid fucking... And he says a word that I'm not allowed to say at the table because Krista hates it. Yes. Excellent. Good. Your threats are always warranted. As the room clears out in the blink of an eye, Zorzak, the last one to move and shift his massive body out through the tunnel that he came through.
How did he get there anyway?
Ryardon, I was in a dungeon a moment ago. This is a very echoey room. What are we doing?
I mean, I'm gonna run up and hug him.
Nice. He hugs you back.
Sweet.
He's physical. He's corporeal. Hugs you back. I'm sorry I left you. You know, a husband's love for his wife sometimes makes them irrational in decision making, and I needed to know where she was. I needed to know that she was going to be okay. How was your brother? I wish I had spent more time with him. He's got a hell of a right hook. I still rub my chin when I think of him.
I mean, he's great. Yeah. I think I don't know where the party is really. I came here by myself, which I don't really know what came over me, but yeah, I hope they're well. How did you get here? What's the?
As you're speaking and starting to ask this question, he's still kind of just like, Dad got you by the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls you in for another one, a nice tight one, gives you that pat on the back, just a nice, good long 25-second squeeze as he's, the gate stone was a great boon that you gave me from the drow individuals. I could only assume where they had come from, so I used them to teleport myself into the Underdark. I met up with a few individuals I've met in my travels when I was younger. Some Durgar individuals, a Myconid, the Myconid king, Sporges.
Nice.
They helped direct me. What is Chala doing? I can see Chala's foot.
He's licking himself. He's getting it
He's
done.
licking his butthole.
I don't know if you guys can't see, but all I can see on the other side of this table is one Chala foot sticking up over the table edge.
He's making it happen down there.
And I had a pretty decent familiarity with finding Varanthus. I had skirted its borders in my youth. I actually invaded one of the fire giant temples when I was about 35. You know that scar that I've got on my left butt cheek? I don't know if you've seen it. That's what that was from. What's happening? I know briefly of your mother's intent and Zeroth's intent, but I've mainly been sequestered since I got here.
Were you captured, or was it like? How did you find this place?
Captured is a strong word. I made myself known, and then was jailed in the wake of the events that are currently transpiring. But outside of my base knowledge of your mother's speaking of the mechanism and the highbloods and the potential of gods freeing themselves from this mortal dust, I came to save her, not be confounded by riddles and rules of ancient beings. I'm very happy to see you. I'm happy to hold you again. I'm happy to know that you are alive and you are well since the things that have happened, and I'm grateful to share my own good fortune with you, as things in Zeroth's realm could have turned out much differently.
Yeah, because we tried to send you a sending, and it seemed you were in the middle of something. Didn't hear back, and it was worrisome. Yeah.
I went through a few scraps. The Underdark is nothing but not dangerous. I think that might have been a basilisk, actually, the last time you tried to get a hold of me. Just happened to be in the middle of a little bit of a scuffle with one of my old friends, actually. A Durgar individual by the name of Tom.
Classic Toms.
Last name Riddle.
Nice.
Because it's basilisk.
Have you two discussed, like, Father, did you know Mum's origins before, or is this all new? Like, what's the history been?
I'm very aware of who your mother is. It was something that she laid out for me at the ground level when we became serious, when we decided that we would have a child together. She told me her history, as long and as ancient as it is. As a full-blooded elf, one can think that 600, 700 years would be long enough to live. I've never quite been able to fathom or wrap my mind around the fact that your mother has been around for 600, 700 lifetimes. Or I guess 600, 700,000 lifetimes, I guess you would say. It's perplexing. But I do know who she is. I understand her intent. And I do argue with her about the intention of the mechanism. I think you and I are possibly the last two tethers that keep her from joining her ancient sister, from capitulating to the sparking of the mechanism. It breaks my heart to wonder if her soul will be destroyed in that process, and she has also expressed the same in kind. If there is no redrawing after that, she will be lost to both of us forever.
And then, with a kind of teary-eyed Ryardon's, I don't want to lose you again. This has been a really hard couple of years, and this is the first time that the three of us have been in a room together, and it seems like the life of the universe is at stake, and our lives are at stake, and I feel like there's no way out. I don't know what I would do without you. Like, there's still so much to do and so much to ask.
Sometimes, son, the only way out is through. And sometimes passing through is the scariest part. It's the part that scares me the most when it comes to you and your mother, when it comes to my own life. If I had her blood, I would very willingly sacrifice myself in her place. If it meant the freeing of gods, if it meant the world, or the dust itself, could be reignited under the original gods, not the ones that were forced here, not the ones that were trapped here. This, as they've said, and as your mother has told me, and as I'm sure many have told you, this is This is a prison cell for them. And if I had the ability to spark the mechanism myself and save your mother, the pain, the worry, again, sometimes we need to go through. And I would dig through. I would burrow through mountains for your mother. But my mortal flesh is just... it's not enough in these moments.
Mother, what was, like, why have you remained stubborn for so long and only recently kind of changed your ways? I mean, I'm still so young and you've been around for so long. Like, surely this has come up before even I was here.
She puts her hand on your shoulder, and you can make another insight check. DC on this one's a lot lower, because it is an emotional moment.
It's fucking 6.
Okay. With a 6, you still get the base emotions. As she reaches out tenderly as she's trying not to make contact, or like eye contact with your dad. There is a sadness there. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she reaches out, touches you. And she looks to the ground. An ancient being of incredible power. The first high blood, high elf. High elf. I'm scared. Fear has controlled me for so long, when all I know is life and rejuvenation, revitalization of all the things around me, and a birth of my first son. How could I not be scared?
I'm gonna hug her. Just get a sense of, I don't know if it's just like insight or introspection, or just like a sense of her emotional state. So, Mum, are you willing then, if you're scared?
I think that's what keeps me from being willing, is my own fear. Would you come with me? Could I have you with me? If I am to jump, if I am to place myself before everyone else, could you... She puts a hand on your father's shoulder too. Could you both support me? Could you walk me to my final destination? If I'm willing, and if I can do so much, maybe having you with me will... maybe it'll erase my fear. Maybe I can take a part of you with me when I move on to whatever is beyond.
Oh, I don't want you to go, Mum. This is impossibly hard. Yes is the easy answer, but the hard answer is no, and mostly still. I don't want you to go. I suppose the only way to make it it seems that it's if you go, then it's me and Dad, and if you don't go, it's me, and this is a impossibly difficult decision.
Krista's fucking face. Nobody's here to see it, but she's sitting here just like, just puckered like an asshole. This is good, man. This is meant to be. This is meant to be a heart. This is
There's gotta be a better way.
This is Ryardon peak fucking story, man. I am very happy with all of this right now. Tragedy aside.
Kill 'em all.
Roll initiative against 6 gods. Yeah.
Fun fact: gods can't directly interfere. They can't directly intervene is the exact words. That's why, like, when you guys got that scroll of seeming from Cole, he was just like, I guess I just kind of forgot something behind, and then left. But it's not like Cole or Tenya or any of these gods can just roll up and be like, you made the wrong choice, boom, your head explodes. That's part of the Elnadurla's magic that is keeping them trapped here, is they are divine to the most extreme extents, and then caged, bound, shackled by their mother's magic. Their potential is not even close to being tapped.
Excluding Andel. Because we already fought him.
Andel can intervene, but he's technically a false god.
Okay.
He's like I didn't really get to that. Okay, here's some more fun facts for y'all. This should have come up. Ortenya was written in the Ashidas' tome, the fake prophecy, or the prophecy that he was made to write, so that it was them that gave them license to intervene at certain points. Ortenya was dictated as being the the god that rose the rebellion, and then died under the weight of the new god. And so they used that, they loopholed that in the book to raise Andel up to god level and pretend that he had killed Ortenya as his act of power for worship.
Gotcha. But Ortenya
So, like, you guys heard that Ortenya died, and then you met her in the Fangs.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, no, it was just all an act. We were just fucking around trying to get mortals to believe in something else.
Right. Okay.
You know what? I gotta pee. You guys feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I'm missing hearing from the computer boys. This has been pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah.
I thought we were
My
gonna
palms are like sweating. I'm on edge.
Mom's spaghetti, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's Lego everywhere. Fuck.
These are
I'm actually genuinely pissed about that, because I'm like, it's gonna be the rest of my evening after you guys all go home.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick pause, discuss above table if anybody has anything to say or do or whatever. Help Ryardon out, give some new opinions or whatever. Krista, you have been doing that face for like 45 minutes. just puckered right up. Oh my god, there's Lego over here even.
Ooh boy.
Oh god. It's everywhere.
Yeah, the cats are probably gonna play with it.
I know. Don't remind me.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
No. Boys.
I mean, this is obviously the end game. I feel like there's gotta be a different way. Because I feel like your mom or you just fucking touching the mechanism isn't gonna spark it. But do we even want to spark it? I don't know. Like, Arya doesn't really care about any of the gods, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they can leave if they want to.
Yeah, and Falconer really probably doesn't care about gods. These ones, at least.
Yeah, he's got his one that he's super devout to.
Yeah. It's just a matter of, like, if we spark the mechanism, then highbloods can die. Have the
The choice did not come back.
the choice, yeah. Yeah. Which, like,
Natural order of things.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like, they can still come back if they want to. They just have to, like, they would have to come to the mechanism to die, basically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, another thing is, everybody here knows that I can kill highbloods.
Yeah, like, you have a god sword, you can slay highbloods
So,
if you want.
I mean, if the whole challenge, like, if doing what they want to do, sparking the mechanism,
Maybe wonder
will,
the other god, like what's his face, is gauntlet and that new circlet that we just got, which is a god weapon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, well,
like,
because the whole thing was with when all those highbloods were coming around asking, like, oh, there's highbloods that died near you. That was Killian, was always kind of around in the background, so
Yeah, because
it was implied that he was the one killing people.
he's got the god weapons.
Yeah,
Like, his
because
gauntlet.
now it's his gauntlet is all lit up like friggin' Infinity Gauntlet, so
Yeah.
it's fully charged.
Oh, yeah, that was
Because you
good.
get one charge per highblood, right?
Yeah, that's a good detail.
Then,
then he can kill a god.
weapons on your sword.
Yeah.
You need to activate all the gems that are on your sword, or are they already lit up?
They deactivate them.
So you have to kill highbloods to activate it. Gotcha.
Cut out again.
Gotcha.
How we doing?
We're just all
So, I
processing.
mean, sparking the
Oh, God,
mechanism
so much
isn't
like a-
inherently
ow,
bad.
Jesus.
Like, I think if we do it, it's kind of...
Well, I think it's
just a matter of, like, what happens
Yeah,
to you or your mom.
you have these benevolent gods that are interfering, but not interfering because they want to get the hell out.
Yeah.
But there will be other ones that would fill the void. But it
Yeah.
also, I guess, gives like autonomy to the dust. Like it's not under the thumb of these beings anymore.
Right.
Plus, giving the highbloods an option to just end it. I mean, who knows what else might happen because there's no.
I mean, we're
Nobody
notorious for
knows.
letting things out, so, you know, something might come
Yeah.
out of it.
That's what I'm worried about, is the second order consequences of this decision. And who knows what that is. Come on, dude.
I mean, it's not like we've done, bad consequence things before.
Yeah,
I mean,
never.
what worst that'll happen?
Cristania rises to power and burns it all down.
Can't be worse than
I mean,
35 million zombies.
Kristania's been out there for a little under 2 years, basically, since you guys let her out. There's
She's just been chilling. Yeah.
there's nothing.
Yeah, she
just
conquered the
kinda-
Tower of Zael.
She just kind of reassumed her place of power from where she was like 30,000 years ago.
Yeah.
She's just like.
I mean, we also haven't really asked about her either. Like,
No, it's just the only big shift that you guys saw from her being released was that the Tower of Zael turned into the Tower of Cristania.
right.
And it's still as far as you guys have heard, it's still a magical school. It's still a place of learning. She just she went back to the power that was trying to undo her and then just made it her own.
Okay.
There's been no part of the dust where everybody's like, Cristania's coming to kill us all.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, that's what goes through my mind is like,
This marker is dead.
do I kill my family? Or what are all of the what follows in the wake of all of this that we don't know?
Yeah.
Like, what's in our blind spots? Just the world becomes
We're
a
gonna
giant
find
tornado.
out in campaign 2.
Oh, I was telling Ski a little bit about what I got planned for campaign 2 today. It's gonna be fun. Hi, Toner Boner. Here's a little loaf, baby. You've been missing Uncle Xander, haven't you? Very few butt pats tonight on a D&D night.
He's just chilling.
No. I mean, we can cut to Falconer and Kinneros if we want.
I want to. We are on the borderline of Ryardon wrap up here.
Okay.
Phew, yeah.
So as I left, I believe was she has a hand on your shoulder, a hand on your dad's shoulder, and she's just scared. Death is potentially finite. When it comes to an event like this, an entire existence from when the elder gods came and conquered the dust and her being birthed of the pre-essences, there was always a certainty of being redrawn.
Mm-hmm.
And the potential of like a final act of death. When somebody who has been to a lesser extent immortal for hundreds of thousands of years, that's where her fear stems from, is the finality, the period at the end of the sentence.
And what was her last line of dialogue to me again? What was the conversation again? Just
Broad strokes. It was just like, why have you never done this before, or whatever. And she just said, because I'm scared. Yeah, like I just said, it's could be the period at the end of her sentence.
I mean, sparking it might not necessarily kill her.
You don't know.
It's just
even the
uncertainty,
gods
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Mother,
A lot of uncertainty.
I would say because it's whether it's you or it's me. If it's me that dies, I die. If it's you that dies, I will also have lost a large part of me, part of my heart. So you could argue that I'd be partially dead anyway if you were gone. So how about
Wounds healing time, son. And with your father left, and with your brother, they could be the bandage that helps heal your heart. But I don't want to do this alone. That's what she was building up to. It was like, would you come with me? Because I'm scared. That was kind of the tail end of that.
Yes, yeah, I'd come with you. We both should. I know Father will support you as well. Because it sounded like he was pretty much down.
I will be with you till the end, my love.
Yep.
For out of the corner of my ear, it sounded like you said the clown, not down to clown. The clown. Your clown dad's gonna go with you. Hold on, let me put on my 3 sizes too big shoes. I need one last, and I do mean last, D20 roll from you over here. Actually, you know what? Let's roll this one on the table. Dice tray on the table, whatever.
In your tray.
In the tray, on the table, doesn't fucking matter. This one is...
Alright. 19.
Nice.
Shamoni.
Nice. 19 was good.
That was my ethereal Starboy fucking
Heck yeah.
rainbow kitten surprise down here.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Now that's how you develop a favorite dice.
That's
It's on a clutch roll like that.
Yes.
Yes.
it's a good roll. It's a good roll. As Zeroth, Zorzak, and only one of the elder gods come back into the room, Cassiana, the Knighted Mother. As Zorzak, wordless, stares down at you with his gargantuan form, his eyes ablaze with that crackling electricity, and only the smallest squeaking and crackling of his metal armor laced across his form. As Zeroth and the young drow boy come into the room, and Cassiana, as Cassiana walks up to you and your mom and your dad. I told my siblings there would be no violence. I do not see violence within you. I see violence as needed, but not as an inherent quality. And Cassiana reaches out her hand. As she touches your shoulder, it's like your arm goes to sleep. Just that prickling of godly power radiates down through your fingers, and you feel it touch the gem in your hand. And as quick as she has touched you, she pulls back. I will watch over your brother. I can feel him within your soul. There is a powerful presence there. And there is a powerful essence within you and your family. And as quick as she had come in to join this last little greeting of the room, the Knighted Mother puts her helmet back on. And you see, make an insight check actually.
That's this one, right?
Cassiana, yeah. The paladin. The paladin elder god.
18.
Nice.
Sick.
What was it, 18?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. That was the last thing to go on this board.
Ermagerd.
As quick as the interaction of her Elnadurla's favored child, the one who potentially understands her mother's intentions more than any of the rest, who want to be free, who want to break from what they consider a prison, you get a sense from Cassiana that this prison, for the rest of them, has been a home and a place to make her own as an elder god, as Elnadurla's favored daughter, the Knighted Mother, the paladin god, truth, peace, power where justification is due. She places her helmet back on her head, and you see her with that insight check. You see her touch her sword, almost as if she's willing to pull it and fight for something for the briefest moment. And you get, with that insight check, you understand from these actions, these quick little movements of a deity beyond comprehension, that she understands mortals. She sees the struggle in your soul, where everybody else at this table is seeing you as an instrument of their own device, of their own freedom, their own selfish, greedy ways, their rapacious thoughts of it all. And you see Cassiana almost nod to you as she touches a sword, like she's maybe, for the briefest moment, she thinks, like, I could fight this on behalf of the mortals. And then in the blink of an eye, she's gone. She moves from the chamber back to wherever she resides, whether it's in Sina with her people or someplace else on the dust, or to her own personal heaven, who could say? As Zeroth and the young drow boy, about your age, could be your twin, but of a different culture, beckon from the far side of the room as you take your mother's hand. And you begin to walk. As you walked in the silence, coming into, what's the fucking city called? Varanthus. When you first were led here by the emissary, and you saw behind the castle, the city built into the stone and the rock of the Underdark, the base of the mechanism. And as you heard it before, the only sound in the Underdark, that slow whirring, Zeroth leads you and your family through the doors at the back of her throne room, into dark, into silence. The only sound, the slow stone shifting of the mechanism. As you walk out into a platform, and as you saw the mechanism before, this is a new sight. As it rises up, the same geometry, the same shape, the same slow turning of what is potentially the core of this entire dust. You see just soft glowing light coming up from the earth, where it is rooted at the deepest point in the Underdark, in the crust of the dust. This soft blue aura. Kind of like that, but, you know, a little better.
Right.
Wafting up from underneath, where its base cannot be seen through whatever primordial magic is turning it. Within the dust that you've now learned was something outside of space and time, even when the Elder Gods were created. Something that drifted in from elsewhere, and then was inhabited by the Elder Gods, and then turned into a prison of the children of Madoreto in Almadurla. You now stand on this precipice, your mom's hand on one side, your dad's hand on the other. And you hear a whisper in your mind. Jump. I need you to make one last wisdom saving throw for me.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I've had your modifier going. That's everything that's on the whiteboard. Krista's still just puckered like a butthole over here. One last wisdom saving throw, but nothing I have to write down.
Okay. $14 plus whatever.
Okay.
What's your wisdom?
Then
It's
I'm
plus
on,
1.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on Arlo.
Yeah.
You hear the word in your head. Jump. I need you to make an athletics check for me.
That is something.
Plus lots.
Yeah, it's like
What? That was a good catch. What dice should I use, guys? Ski, Quinn, Xander. What die should I use?
The box.
Thunderbox. Okay. Ski.
Caleb.
I didn't hear what you said.
No, Caleb dice.
Caleb. Okay. Corey.
Yes.
Didn't hear that.
Yes.
Jess.
Jess. Okay. I need a tiebreaker then. Who's gonna tiebreaker me here? You know what? Let's give it to Chris. You know what? Brett, let's give it to you. Thunderbox, Caleb, or Jess?
Yeah, I'll go with Thunderbox. Yeah.
Your wisdom save was +1, so that would have been a 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
no,
what
I
she said, yeah.
memorized his modifiers for this one. This is important. What was your athletics check?
28.
28.
17 plus 11, baby.
Yes.
I have to beat that. I have the same athletics modifier.
Oh.
So I gotta get a 17. I gotta meet it to beat it. I gotta get a 17, 18, 19, or a nat 20.
Okay.
What are you using?
Thunderbox.
Okay. That's an 11!
Sick.
The shove against the back of your shoulders comes unexpectedly. You see your mother, your father, and this weird sort of haze starts to leave your mind as something hits you from behind. Where you were told to jump, you are now being pushed. Make another wisdom saving throw. I want to win, but I also don't, you know?
19 plus 1.
Dirty 20.
30,
20.
Yeah.
As you feel this shove against your shoulder blades, your mind snaps back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. As you turn, your parents aren't there.
Oh, shit.
You are standing alone, and the pulse in your hand quickens. It hurt. It aches. It is drawn. It is being pulled toward what is the mechanism. That is real. And now you're seeing behind you in this purple and dark blue and black aura the mental command of the emissary who has been controlling you this whole time.
This fucking guy.
That guy.
Wisdom saves, other checks. Oh my god, I failed so much.
Yeah.
Wow.
You needed 20s. You needed 20s and you just got one.
Wow. Okay. Shit.
Take a picture of this
Wow.
for the everybody. I can't put that on the dragon.
Yeah.
So we'll give it to Krista. Yeah. So pluses were wins on insight, and you were doing good on insight, just inciting someone who wasn't there.
Right.
Oh my god. Dude, I was so worried that I was going to have to show this after the fact. Okay. As the shove hits you, and for the briefest moments you realize you're not holding your parents' hands. What you can see dangling from the ceiling around you is your mother in a noose.
Holy shit.
She is living. She is, with your passive perception, your passive insight, she is alive, but she is hung by her neck, holding on, dangling in this towering, spinning mechanism room. Behind you is the young drow boy, who had just shoved you.
Oh, prick.
With Zeroth standing there, her eyes wide, her mouth agape like, this is the moment. This is it. This is finally. And you see off to the side, your father is nailed to the wall. Literally.
Like Jesus.
Nailed to the wall.
Wow.
Through his palms, through his feet, a rough gag shoved in his mouth, and you can see tendrils of this mind-controlling intent like wafting between his mind and your mom's mind over to the emissary, the Mind Flayer, who came to seek you, who came to bring you here. As he shoves again.
Oh, what a prick.
Athletics check.
Fucking throw that guy in.
Yeah, I wonder.
That's an 18. What's your athletics? Plus 11?
Yep.
29. You gotta beat a 29. Here we go, guys. This is Ryardon peak fucking story.
It's a 6. 6 plus 7.
Ah!
Yeah.
As you snap to, just like your vision, there are people around you. Friends, family, maybe not so much, but your mother looking down, hanging by her own neck, and you see obsidian shackles around her, just like in Dara, trapping her magic.
Right.
She is literally hanging by the grace of her own strength. Your father, broken and beaten. Your vision was a little different because he was laying in front of you, but, you know, as far as timelines diverge, still pretty fucked up. Shackled to the wall by the piercing nails driven through his flesh. As you're pushed in. And at the last second as you fall, the hand with the gemstone in it reaches out and grazes the mechanism as you fall into this blue aura, as your body turns to ash. Sure. I would like everybody except for Falconer, Ren, and Ryardon. I need everybody else to fuck off.
Falconer, Ren, and Ryder. That's so specific. Wow.
Okay, bye.
Anybody else mute? Whatever has to be done.
And I'll text you when you're good to come back.
Yep.
Thank you.
I very intentionally used your own athletics modifier to make it exactly as equal as I could. Ryardon. You feel every inch of yourself come apart. Separating cell by cell, thought by thought, emotion by emotion. And as hurt as you are, and as confused and conflicted as this entire encounter has been, in my mind, I feel like you're still hopeful for what this could cause.
Mm-hmm.
Given all the information, given the history of the gods, given the aspirations of deities beyond comprehension, and entire civilizations of people of highbloods who just want this thing to try and see if this can be the thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a strange pulling. It's like being the fish on the end of the line, kind of fighting at first, but being dragged through earth, through soil. You can feel it passing through whatever's left of you. You can feel it literally coursing past you, through you, rocks and ground and earth and sand. It's moving at an incredible rate as it pushes past. As your hand comes out and you feel fresh air on your flesh. And you grab the edge of something. You don't know what it is. Something that you've got a handhold on. Something you have been reaching for God's know how long. You finally find purchase. And then your head comes up through a mound of clay and sand and dirt, and you're trying to wipe it away and cough, and you're trying to breathe new air as you feel like you haven't breathed ever. As you suck it in and then cough, and you spit bloody mud out onto the ground, onto the sand, onto beautiful golden sand. You land naked, in heat, in warmth, as you are coughing and breathing and wiping mud out of your eyes and like digging it out of the corners of your eyes, like the most uncomfortable way. Like having an eyelash in your eye was one thing. You've got dirt and mud and you're wiping it and pushing and pressing against your eyeballs as you land on the crisp sands, warm sands. The heat of the sun above you is a revelation, given where you just feel like you were in the cold depths of just the ground. And as you look up, you see palm trees, beautiful trees. You see a shimmering oasis, glistening, almost as quiet as it was in the Underdark, but birds, beautiful birds, pink and blues, reds and yellows, as they don't squawk, but they lightly chirp as they step with their long stork-esque legs through the shallows of what is one of the most beautiful sights of life you have ever seen. As you look up into the face of a familiar individual. Falconer.
Oh shit.
Ryardon, my boy.
Oh my god, what the fuck, man?
You see Falconer, much like you'd remember him, but with a pretty good beard going on, white, ornate looking robes inlaid with some nice gold and stitching and things. You have pretty high passive perception, so you'd see he's got the hilt of a blade on his belt, just a nice gold hilt, and yeah, looks like no time has passed. Maybe a little wrinkles in the eyes, a little bit, you could tell.
I don't understand. I love what you've done.
Up, and there's a bucket of water ready. It just kind of like splash you good to get all the mud and dirt off.
Blessings.
So much dirt.
Yeah. Get your towel and clean off, and then a nice little simple robe just to put on. Tell me, what's the last thing you remember?
I was in Varanthris, and I got pushed into the mechanism.
Pushed?
Yeah. By a mind flare that was controlling my parents. Yeah, and then I don't really remember too much after that. How old are you?
How old am I? Oh, that's a good question. Let me do
Or-
some math here.
So for above table, the campaign will end in the year 4000, and it is now the year 4073.
Oh, I'm only a spry 103. Nothing too crazy.
Wow.
The first 100 is the hardest, you know. That's what they say.
So you're a high blood then? Like, I've got so many questions right now.
Oh, no. A different path for me. And you see over his shoulder a familiar face and body. You see the outline of the storyteller. This falconer looks over and is like, right as always, bang on time.
It is my duty to know when things will be on time.
Yes.
So, I mean, I've got so many questions.
It's been 70, no,
Yes, ma'am.
40, 70, yeah, 73 years. Welcome to the Sapphire Tier.
70.
Heaven on earth, as they say, or heaven on the dust.
And before either of you get into the longevity of questions, the explanations, we'll describe them as like just a woman. We can do like I said, we can workshop who that is based off storyline going, but
Well, to the storyteller, I'm gonna be like, I'll see you in 3-ish years, I suppose.
I am off to revisit Arya. She has made great strides with the power imbued in her. Your little girl has much to learn before the transition.
She has 2 good teachers now.
As the storyteller turns and with a step vanishes off into the sort of heat wafting, like barely visible waves of the desert, the mirage of the desert. As, you know what, fuck it. Let's say it's Liliana. I want it to be. I want it to be so bad.
I mean, it probably will be.
Liliana.
It likely is.
Okay. I'll leave you two to wrap up everything we texted about today.
So
I'll add as needed.
Yeah, no. So we'll sit you down, get you some water, some food. I'm sure you're full of questions. Plenty of time to answer those, but in the meantime, I'm going to be in need of your help. It fitting that you'd come back now when you were needed the most. As you, again, are hard to sneak up on. I'm gonna just roll a thing here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that a girl. As you feel like something jab into your side, like a little, toy sword kind of thing. And you look over, and you see a little girl, blue eyes, couldn't be more than 2 years old, and is just poking you with the sword. Like, Scarlet dear, not now. He's just got here.
Holy shit.
Ryardon, if you'd, my daughter Scarlet.
What?
I was watching Corey's face so hard.
Casca fuck.
Casca fuck. Love that. as the piercing blue eyes of this this little toddler with a little wooden carved sword, is like still just trying to find her feet, running around with like all the intent of like a drunken adult, just like trying to keep her balance. Runs up and pokes her uncle in the ribs with a tiny little stick sword. As she begins to move away, you look down into the eyes and you definitely recognize this toddler for who they are going to be later, or maybe before. As Scarlet Wren Artemis, the daughter of Falconer, the niece of Ryardon. As told by the storyteller, I'll be back for when she needs to be where she needs to be. Trails off into the Sapphire Tier. The oasis, the heaven on earth that so many people have found and left and lost and never been able to find before, but where Falconer has made his home as the champion of the God Scrolls, as the champion of heaven on earth, and with a new divine purpose between the both of you, between the three of you. As we close the curtain on Ryardon's story for the first campaign.
That's fucking wild. Dude.
I was wondering why up here. Like, this has nothing to do with me.
Or does it? Yeah. What a twist.
As soon as you said the kid had blue eyes, oh no.
That was the only text I sent to Corey today. I was like, what color are Ren's eyes again? Alright, I'm gonna...
No, they're not mine. It's definitely her mother's.
Alright, if you want to text Xander, I'll grab Krista. I gotta take another pee break too. Dude. Well done.
Yeah.
Great story. And yeah, I wasn't going to do Ryardon dirty by just eliminating him out of history. Fun fact, you also aged 20 years during this redrawing. So over 70 years, you just aged a little bit, because all high bloods are different in how they're redrawn. So you'd be coming out with like a little longer hair, like maybe a little peach fuzz. Yeah.
So where is this place on the dust technically? Do we know? Down over there.
It's in the desert.
Yeah, the Sears Tear. Remember, you guys read that book about it, where the lady who went there and she wrote the book about it, she left to try and tell people about it.
Yeah.
But she could never find her way back. She ended up committing suicide, and then her son finished the book.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, I'll grab Krista and Pete. Good job, man. Ryardon. I fucking love Ryardon, man. But yeah, not gone, not forgotten. Just there, like it. Yeah, I had the whole whiteboard for saves, whatever. And I even told Ski today, I was just like, "This is an if. It's not a when. It's an if. We'll leave it up to the dice." And then the dice kind of fucked you a little bit.
That's fine.
Still, I think as far as character arcs go, man, you set something off in real time, like 70 years in the past. That's where we're back with Falconer in real world time. So
Campaign 2, baby.
Ski and I were talking about if this did happen, that's what made Falconer like usurp a cauldron, like go and find one, because he's just like, my brother's coming back. My brother's coming back, period. And he took it into the desert, and then he was just like, I will sit here for as long as it fucking takes and wait for my brother to come back. And then I was like, wouldn't it be crazy if you just like, he showed back up and you had a kid? And then we were talking and I was like, Corey doesn't know where his character came from, and it was sort of intentional. What if he's Falconer's daughter? It's like sent back in time by the storyteller, just like, I'll see you again when it's needed. What was the one line that I sent you, Ski? It was like you
Yeah.
like handing her over and being like, "It's gonna be such a pleasure to meet you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to meet you, little bird.
That's yeah. Ski and I went on a fucking tear today. It was so good. All right, I gotta pee. I gotta grab.
Get Krista back down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's missing out. Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, Ren. You're destined for greatness.
Knocking farts, man.
Sorry, what happened?
I'll let Brett explain it. It's his arc.
Well, I'll just wait for Chris to get back down here.